Right now, there is nothing out there that lets you truly customize your work billing experience. So today we're gonna unveil what our engineers will working with after feedback and interaction in the sessions. So what I've learned after talking, asking questions is, as a CFOs, you really don't always have a chance and opportunity to build a workflow of the billing steps. What you often happens is you come in and you inherit someone else, duct tape systems and how somebody patched it together. It's also very risky to try to change existing workflow because it might break and it's going to be all you. And this is risk we are not willing to take. So what we really decided to do, they decided to mimic all of your experience and give you building blocks to support you in any kind of custom workload that you're experiencing. So what they're doing here, this is a lot of this work that you will see right now is that this is going to be a view of like an implementation step. That's something that you will be interacting not by yourself, but with the support of our sales engineers, maybe an hour session to just really dive into what you've developed. So here, what you're doing is through the natural language prompt, you will explain how the system and workflow will be designed. This is what our system is going to be doing on the back end, and you will be presented as the final outcome of all of these building blocks, how the system will interact. This is something that you will be not seeing on a day-to-day basis. We're not going to scare you with all of this, but this is something that you can validate, confirm, and approve that this is indeed how the system billing workflow is supposed to be working with. So any kind of billing configuration, we can support. If you have multiple billing plans, you can support, milestone, very unique workflows for maybe deliverables or something that makes you feel that your client is a snowflake in the very use of this word. We can absolutely support this. Nothing else is going to be about illustrate us. You can also create kind of very custom sales reports, sales reports, any kind of reports you can create here. This is all our sales engineers will work alongside you. So you will be able to say, well, for my revenue recognition, for milestone phase 1 billing, I'm going to amortize it over 12 months period, even though it's all going to be implemented in 1 month. So you can completely customize this specifically customer by customer. And this is going to be catered for you. All of our dashboards, it's all custom widgets, meaning you can create it for your clients, showing only focusing on the KPIs and numbers that your client cares. There's going to be different customer by customer. Of course, it could be like, data visualization. I'm not a big fan of charts, but some people are. I like numbers. So here's what you can completely customize everything. So what you're going to get essentially is a platform that you'll be able to stitch together based on your existing workflows that are currently created between multiple systems, but it's all running in one operation. So we're actually calling it like Billing OS, being inspired by, Apple and everything. And that's what we've built. So now, after seeing what we've created, I would really like to ask you a few questions. You've seen a demo of Daniel and what the system looks like. And now you've seen the brains of the workflows that we've created. And if you don't mind, to share with me some of your ideas. First question. So, do you prefer the work platform to be a standalone platform handling the entire billing process, or should it be integrated into the existing JustPaid? How do you feel about that? And does it make sense to you? Yes, Russell.
I can go first. I think from my perspective, it's so awesome like nowadays because like you can operate with like a much leaner team, right? With all the different tools. But what's super fatiguing is you've replaced team members with so many more multiple tools at the same time, right? I think from my perspective, consolidating it in like one tool would be like awesome. It's like less tool team bring like it's like my usual like client stack is already have like a 3rd gen ERP, already have like RAP, already got like all of this. Why? Is having it on like one tool is like the biggest plus. But like,
thank you, Russell. Anybody else has any ideas, any feedback? That's okay. You can always, I will send you those questions after dinner as well. So you will have a moment to think about that.
Will not escape.
Yeah, you will not escape. I'll make you work for this dinner. So next one.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Mike.
I think sometimes, and this is the other view there, I think sometimes people really like random tools that are already using. And if bringing everything together means that, oh, I'm going to have to give up this other point solution I liked, sometimes that can be a sticking point for people. We're just having, oh, it's another piece that I can add incrementally to my existing stack I'm happy with. Sometimes that's issue as well.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So now, second question.
I have something.
Oh, yes, please.
I think that I actually got one of where the data kept in all in one place actually brings an anxiety that if there's some, sometimes there are the errors and software just doesn't work. So if it just doesn't work in one place, you will lose it all at the same time. So I would keep that kind of anxiety there.
So while we support all the integrations with multiple tools, you will be worried about JustPaid like kind of running on all of this together?
I mean, if it doesn't work one day, I will lose everything.
Oh, I see.
Because I have like multiple tools now, but they are kind of like backing up sometimes to each other, right? So I have like plan B always. I will work around. So
Okay, thank you. Okay, I think the question 1 has been exhausted. I have 4 more questions. So how do you feel about running all your billing operations on JustPaid 2.0 after seeing our demo? Any concerns, any thoughts? Yes.
I have a client who has a base subscription pricing model, so it's almost like a seat pricing, but they had this overage. So it's almost like a 2-part pricing front, right? Where we either capture the cloud costs or more storage and more capacity, more compute, all the things because of the overage churn. So is there a way where this plugs into proprietary software, cache or components like that?
Yes, absolutely. Either through API, we can connect to your system to pull up the usage and overages, obviously, or you can just send us a CSV upload into this workflow, and it will automatically parse it and map it together.
They might have it do a lot. So.
That would be great.
But they're not so big of things charge these days.
Oh, yeah, Charge B is the reason a lot of customers switch to us, which is easy one, I guess. Next one. What are your concerns with the current JustPaid platform? What are your concerns with your current billing platform, and how can JustPaid 2.0 address those concerns? Anything that if you're not using JustPaid right now, none of you, I don't think so, especially from the client side, do you have any concerns that you're experiencing right now with your billing platform?
Yeah, I mean, it's not an automated workflow.
It's not an automated work.
Yeah, like if this ingests all the, like, whatever the data it needs to generate billings based on the contact times, and that's like, it's great, right? You don't have to think, okay, that was schedule this. Oh, I kind of think I love NetSuite, but I think I kind of like, okay, yeah, this is so manual on NetSuite.
Okay.
Quickly, I'll just comment on what you demoed earlier, how well the software reads very complicated SaaS contracts and is able to bill off of that contract as kind of the SFT for the invoicing users. To keep that connected and not having a human intervention touch point to take that and put it into an invoicing waffle.
Yeah.
How we dial.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Kim, one more. So essentially, yes, this will run on the background of the JustPaid, the interface that Daniel had shown you. And you will have the human touch point there, and human in the loop to approve the contract and human in the loop to approve the invoices going out. And we also actually, on top of the platform, we also offer managed services where you can have like additional services that human in the loop is provided to you by our company. We're very excited for that partnership. Okay, no more questions.
Russ. That's something on that one, but it's probably like the functionality piece. But I would say currently right now, I mean, it's on the functionality piece. Right now, I'm seeing a lot of like breaking points with Stripe and just like battery consolidations for us, So it's very hard for us to know like, hey, this client like paid through like our Mercury, but they gave through like a different like name, So it's very hard like for us like to cop like our books, An alternative for this one is automated billing from us for like Stripe, but then that requires us to pay a percentage of revenue. Yeah. So I would say like there are like other players out there in the field, but then it's like extremely expensive in terms of the price. So for myself, like pricing is like one of like the key things that I like consider like for a year. So when I heard about like the pricing that you have, I was like, wait, like this is actually like super big. It's not like variable pricing based on our revenue. It's pretty like fixed.
Yeah.
Right. So that's like the biggest plus, like for new.
So having an ability of like having a fixed fee pricing gives you an ability to budget it as just one line item without being tied into your revenue. Gives you easier to buy in.
100%. 100%. Like for us, like $10 million like SaaS company, like we want to pay 1.5% of like revenue. Like next year, once we did like 30%, like that 1.5%, like right there, balloons into like $450,000 if you like really, right? Yeah. So having like something like that, it's like, why do we pay like this?
Yeah, it becomes unreasonable. But yeah.
I can add on. Everybody here will probably not have a skill issue. As like a founder who's had to figure out finance, like these guys are way more skilled. Stripe's UI is good for developers, but it kind of sucks. So user experience wise, it's pretty on flex. So there's sometimes an overhead.
Yeah.
One, when you have to invoice, and second, they put their own wiring information there, so they can charge you more percentage. Sometimes you just want to remove that block.
Yeah.
And make your invoice look a little cleaner. They make that very difficult to do. And lastly, this is a problem for like a separate company that I have. When you have trial periods and you put a credit card in US, if you give out 5 easily, 40 to 50% of those cards are actually full. They won't actually pay you. And Stripe has some products, but again, the US is complicated to figure out how to get the money. And that's a lot of revenue.
Yeah.
Or any D2C.
Yeah, B2C is very complex there. There's so much fraud happening. All right, 2 more questions. Would you like to configure custom reports? And do you see a value in eliminating the need for the separate BI solution? Business intelligence solution. Who is using any BI tools? Yay! Share with us. Yeah. Power BI, I'll just do. Okay. And would you be interested in replacing Power BI with JustPaid if it can give you ability for the OKPK custom reports? Anything. So just Power BI.
So you might Microsoft Teams as well. Where some
Okay. Right. Well, last question. And how would you envision integrating this platform with your existing billing solutions? Anybody thought about it while seeing the demo, potentially seeing how would it work, integration wise? If you've been thinking about it, would love to hear those thoughts or just share with me over email. I think you guys are ready for some pick me up and dessert and cup of coffee. Thank you so much, everybody. Really happy to.